All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to our Tuesday morning Inner Circle live session. I'm your host, Ryan Carthage. We'll be joined shortly by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. I hope everybody is doing well today. So we're going to dive in, man. So as always, let's turn off all distractions, prepare your minds and your bodies to engage, as you guys always do. And for the courtesy of everybody on the call, please ensure that your mic is muted if you're not actively asking a question or making a comment. All right. Real quick, before we dive in, drop me one in the chat if you can hear me okay. All right, beautiful. Had some tech issues yesterday, testing out some new things. So appreciate the feedback. Let's dive in. So we got some things happening. UK jobless rate falls further, right? Unemployment rate in the UK fell to 3.5% in the 3 months to August, right? So still more jobs, right? The other thing that the bigger thing that happened yesterday is more intervention coming out of the UK. The yield on the Britain's 10-year yield retreated to 4.4% on Tuesday after briefly approaching a 14-year high of 4.5% early in the session, as the Bank of England intervened again in the bond market following a sell-off the day before. Tuesday, the Bank of England announced it would widen the scope of its daily gilt purchase operations to also include purchases of inflationary-linked gilts. It follows an announcement on Monday of an increase in its long-dated temporary gilt market purchase program from a daily maximum limit of 5 billion euros to 10 billion. I'm sorry, to 10 billion. For the rest of the week. The move is aimed to support market function and contribute to an orderly end to its gilt purchase scheme on October the 14th. All right. So they're continuing to intervene because there's a lot of insecurity coming from that side of the world. All right. The UK's long-term borrowing cost of 24 basis points as investors surged to 24 basis points as investors increasingly concerned about the country's economic outlook and the tax cut plan announced last month, right? So tons of concern coming out of England, all right? European stocks, major boroughs in Europe extended losses for the fifth day on Tuesday. With both the DAX and the stock 600 falling nearly 1% each, as traders continue to worry over high inflation and interest rates and the impact it will have on the economy. At a time tensions in Ukraine intensify. Meanwhile, global bond sell-off intensifies after BOE extends its emergency bond purchase program to include inflationary-linked British government bonds. So more concern, right? More concern. Brent crude extends its retreat, right? Crude oil is pulling back. So we'll take a look at the pounds to see what the impact on this, see what the impact of the additional intervention has caused. And then we'll take a look at a couple other pairs. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to take a look at a couple pairs that I have my eyes on, because there wasn't a major move, but there are some pairs that we'll take a look at. And then I want to hear from you guys, see how you guys are starting your week. All right. So we're going to make time for that today. So we'll start here, though, with this pound Aussie. We looked at this on Saturday, right? And 8.6 retracement level. Price was making its way down last week, right? And now we're pulling back, Okay, now we're pulling back. So this is some of the intervention and what it caused. So we're pushing back to the upside, right? What we could be in for is a potential double top scenario. Okay, so this is the 4-hour look, still in that 80-20 scenario here. Shallow retracement 118, 127 zone. This is the pullback here. If price stays below this daily level at 177, right, we could be in for a double top scenario. Push up, retest that level, and then we could see things. Whoops. Could see things start to make its way back down. All right, so it'll be interesting to see how the New York session opens and see how they respond to this. That bond purchase program is supposed to end on Friday. So we'll see how the market responds to it. Okay. So keep that in mind. But on this pound Aussie, and I know I just jumped right in, I'll take a look at the dollar index as well so we can get an idea of where that is. But I wanted to take a look at this one real quick. We could get a double top scenario here. Okay, still in that 80-20 zone, 80-20 play still intact there. Okay, drop down to the 1, similar story, right? See it a little bit more clearly, pushing back above this weekly level, right? We'll see if we stay below this daily level in this 80-20 zone. Okay, so watch that closely. If we push above, we could just be headed higher to this next level of 178. Okay, and then we'll reassess to see where the market is from there. Okay. Any questions on this pound Aussie? No. Cool deal. All right, let's take a look at the dollar index real quick. The dollar's still pushing. All right. Came back to retest this level that it broke through. And now we're still pressing back to the upside, getting a little bit of consolidation right now. We'll see how the New York session opens, but we could be headed back to at least this all-time high here before we get any additional data, right? So the dollar's still pushing to the upside at the current moment, right? Not a ton of analysis needed here, right? We know what we're looking at. There it is. From a fib perspective, that's where we sit. Okay. Still haven't, we got a 382 retracement there. Matching the extension is just above this daily level. Okay. So at the end of the day, we could still continue to head up, get to that D extension, and then we'll reassess to see how things go for those dollar pairs. Okay. That one's simple. Questions here on the dollar index? Dewan, good day, man. No questions on the dollar index? Cool deal. Took a look at this Aussie Yen. Okay. So here on the daily time frame, we broke below this daily support level. Bang, strong bearish move, which it's been a while since we've been able to break below that level, right? And we're headed down to this 90-50 level here, okay? Nice strong break. So we'll see if we get a pullback and a retest of this daily level before we continue down to that 90-50 level, okay? That's what I would like to see in this. Excuse me, don't know if we'll get it. I drew that fib in the event that this candle stays above, right? This will be our swing low here, okay? That'll be our next fib that'll pop in. And what I'd like to see here is a pullback and a retest of this daily level, right? Give us a shallow retracement and then look for this push down to this level and potentially getting into that 118, 127 zone, okay? So that played there. We didn't get the original deep retracement that I was looking for here, right? So now we'll see if we get a pullback and a retest of that level to then be able to get short for at least a move back down to, like I said, that 90-50 level is weekly support. And if we break that, we'll look for a continuation lower. Okay. So that's the 4-hour look. On the 1, we're here, right? Fresh AB boundary. Okay. So a similar story to the 4, right? Pull back in a retest of this daily level will give us that shallow retracement. And then we could see it push down. Okay. So we'll see how the market moves today, this morning. See if there's any boost in these commodity pairs temporarily before we get price to turn over and press down. Okay. Questions on this Aussie Yen? Questions? All right. Cool deal. Keep your eyes on that one, right? Wait for your confirmations, right? If you want to drop the cloud on this, right? It probably won't break above. Now, if it does break above this daily level, we could then be in for a deeper retracement, right? But we may not, right? So that's the other if. If it breaks above, you'll be looking for a deeper retracement. If it stays below, we'll just look for that retest. Okay. You're looking for some shorter term moves on this, right? You can drop down to your 15. And drop down to your 15 to play the break. All right. Those intraday team members we have, right? If you're looking for that shorter term play, you can play that on the retracement. All right. Like so. All right. Excuse me. So here on the 15, you got that shallow retracement 118, 127. All right. That pullback back to the daily level get you back to the 236 level. Okay. So if you're looking for a shorter term play, this could be it for you right here. If your confirmations are met, and if we get this move back up to retest that level. Okay. So that's a shorter term intraday play. Get that break. All right, 70 pips back to the upside from there. From where it currently is, you're looking at 89 pips. So decent play, right? Decent play to the upside if you get it. Okay. The Aussie dollar. Similar story. Daily time frame. We're approaching this 118 and 127 zone off of a shallow retracement, sitting at a daily support level right now. Strong break of this previous daily level and that B boundary, right? We didn't get that retracement early. We'll take that out. Okay. So price push down. Now we'll see how the market responds as we get into this key zone at this daily level. Okay. See if we get a retracement, right? Could potentially get a retracement to retest 63,617 and then a push deeper, right? But if we break this level, we may not come back to it. Okay. If we break this daily level, we may not come back and get a deeper retracement. So what I'd like to see on the lower time frames is a pullback to retest this daily level and then see if price turns over and presses deeper. Okay. To the 4. To the 4, you got a D extension hit and price pressed below. Okay. So what we want to see, right? Hey, we need a new swing low to form here on the 4. Okay, new swing low to form here on the 4. Deepest point in between the AB boundary is here. New fib, if this is the low, would look like this. Okay, if that stays the low, if this 4-hour candle closes higher, that'll be our low. All right. So if we get a pullback and a retest of this daily level, again, shallow retracement, right? And then we could see a push deeper. Okay. So this is what I'm looking for here also, is this move and then looking to get short there. Okay. So as we drop down to the 1, this is what that looks like here. right? Similar to the Aussie Yen, you got a shallow retracement. You're sitting in your 118, 127 zone. Instead, here on the 1 hour, that retracement to that daily level gets you back to that 50% retracement zone. Okay. So this one to keep on your radar to see if we get cloud may not be the confirmation, right? For this move. It's a little bit smaller, but if we get that move, that's 100 pips back to the upside from where price currently is. Okay, so that's a nice 80-20 scenario that we could look at potentially playing back to the upside here. Okay, another confirmation point you could use is dropping the trend lines. So, yeah. Okay, and waiting on your break. I'm waiting on your break. Okay, so if we get this nice move back to the upside, right? Trend line break, swing low. Looks like that move back up to the top side there. Okay, let's see. Is where we're at entering short, Herman. Talk to me.
Sorry, I wasn't able to. So
okay.
You said it would go down. Again, it would maybe retrace up and then go down. And if it goes down, would that be the place where you would go in short?
I look for a short entry at a high price, right? So we want to get a high price to then be able to sell. So if we get this retracement here back to this daily level and this 50% retracement, this is where I look for a selling opportunity or a short opportunity here.
Okay.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Any questions on this Aussie dollar? Cool deal. Cool deal. Cool deal. 1 second. Shauna, good morning. Benny, my brother, good morning, man. How you doing?
Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, everybody. Oh man, I'm doing great.
I love the energy, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been out working out this morning, so.
Oh, you ready to go?
Yeah, all types of fired up. I had my coffee black, so I'm ready.
My man. I love it. Cool deal, man. Anything that you saw in the markets yesterday that caught your eye?
Oh man, not really. I mean, it was that UK unemployment, the number, man, coming through, seeing that it fell.
Yeah, unemployment fell, and Bank of England did another round of intervention.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. So it's gonna be interesting with the rates, because I mean, the unemployment number is falling, so it'd be interesting to see what they do with the interest rates, what type of hike they're looking at. So
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep. But no, that's about it.
Cool deal, man. Cool deal. Appreciate you.
No doubt.
All right. So that's the Aussie dollar. One thing I missed, I was moving too fast this morning. On the Forex calendar, right? On the Forex calendar, this is the hourly earnings, right? Looked at the article there. Later on today, got some FOMC members speaking, Swiss National Bank members speaking, Governor Bailey speaking at 2:30, They're having a conference in Washington, D.C. today that a few folks will be speaking at. So depending on what he says, what questions he's asked, right, that could give some volatility there. Tomorrow we got GDP for the pound, give us some volatility early in the morning. And then later on in the day, we have PPI numbers coming out for the dollar. And then we have the FOMC meeting minutes, right? So these meeting minutes could definitely give us some movement, depending on the verbiage that was used in the previous meeting. Okay. We also got Christine Lagarde speaking at 9:30 tomorrow morning. Okay. Later on in the week, we got CPI data for the dollar coming in on Thursday. And then retail sales and preliminary consumer sentiment on Friday, right? Governor Bailey will be speaking again on Saturday, right? Be interesting to see how that goes. But that's the calendar for this week. Do have some volatility potentially second half of the week. Okay, so we'll keep our eyes peeled on that as well. Okay. No questions here on the Aussie dollar. Nope. All right, cool deal. We looked at the pound Aussie. And what's the other? Was it Euro Yen? No, it wasn't that one. Cool deal. So that's where I'll wrap up my piece. Do you guys, what are you guys looking at for the start of your week? All right, what pairs do you guys have your eyes on that you'd like me to take a look at? We got Euro Aussie. Swiss, Euro Swiss. And Brandon said all the pound pairs. All right, dollar Swiss. All right, cool deal. Let's do it. Let's do it. Start with that Euro Aussie. So on this Euro Aussie, get back to the daily. We finally made it to that daily 382. Been a long time coming, but we finally got there.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful push to the upside. Finally broke this daily level, broke out of that range. Strong bullish push. So we're on the run. Okay, we're on the run. Next level, right? It's actually not a daily level there. We had some previous levels that we broke through that we might retest, right? But overall, right, we got a lot of space to work with here. Okay, so I'll drop in these previous daily levels. This is going to be a cluster, right? We'll see if we get some consolidation happening in here. But strong push to the upside there. Okay, strong push to the upside. So I'll drop these down just so we can monitor them. Previous level. So when we get to the 4, we got a 382 retracement, right? This is that strong push. It's what we were looking for, right? So now what we could get is a retracement, pull back and retest of the level that we broke through, and then see if we get back long, headed to that D extension at 156. Okay. So I am looking for a retracement at some point. We could get back up here to these previous support levels, right, before that occurs. But overall, we're long, right, and looking for opportunities to continue long. So here on the 1, right, that push up got us to the D extension. Okay, so we got a fresh AB boundary here, price pushing to the upside. Got that 118 and 127 zone sitting in this previous support, could potentially serve as as resistance. Okay, so we'll see as price pushes, right? See if we get a push now to get into that zone, or do we get a pullback first? Okay. Excuse me. So drop this one on your radar. Some of you already got it, but those that don't, right, we could be in for a retracement and then a continuation long. Okay. Retracement, then continuation long. So keep your eyes on that one. I like that look. Mary, what do you think the same thing?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am in at the moment. And I was taking it to 1.56898.
5.56898. So you're long right now up to this
Yes,
zone
I
here?
am.
Okay.
I am.
Beautiful. Great work.
Mhm.
Great work.
But it seems like I will have to change my you said you're looking for there'll probably be a pullback.
Potentially.
Probably,
Right. We got a fresh heavy
yeah.
boundary here on the one. Right. We just broke this long zone of consolidation that we've been in. Right. So we
Yeah.
could see a pullback at least to retest that zone that it broke out of. Right.
Okay.
It may not be deep, right? Because here on the 4, right? Here on the 4, you already got a 382 retracement, right? So I don't see it breaking back below these levels necessarily, right? But we could see it just come back and retest the top of that zone.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, deal. Any questions on this Euro Aussie? No? All right. Cool deal. We had pound Swiss. Check it out. Pound Swissy. So let's see. Clean this up some. I have not remarked this one, so we can, let's do this. Let's clear it out. Let's do a fresh markup on this pound Swissy. All right, we'll drop back to the monthly time frame. Okay, we'll mark out our extreme highs and our extreme lows. All right, this is a new all-time low. These levels are crazy, man. So dropping our support and resistance on the monthly time frame. Bang. Bang. These are recent levels here on the monthly. There. There. Oops. Okay. Like so. All right, now let's drop down to the weekly and do the same thing. There, there, and there. So, okay. So it's weekly and monthly support and resistance. Drop down to the daily and do the same thing. Okay. All right, so that level there, this level here, here, and here. All right, so looking at this, right, overall, been down. This chart moved down this first round of intervention by the pound, right, by the Bank of England, came back to retest previous support levels, right, created a level of resistance, and then we got to push down, right, and now we're hovering sideways. Okay, now we're hovering sideways. So let's look at it from a Fibonacci perspective. All right, we know we're just pushed out of a level of daily resistance. Okay, let's come all the way back. Let's see. Nope. Okay. Those don't run through. So we'll come here. See where it gets us. Bang. All right. So daily time frame. This is our AB boundary. Okay. Sitting at a 236 retracement right now. Strong move, retracement. Right. So we could potentially be in for price to turn over and press higher. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. If we move back into a strong risk off environment, we could see it turn over and press lower. Okay. So we'll watch this to see. But from a daily time frame, fresh AB boundary, right? Push up 236 retracement. Now we'll see where the market goes from there. Right. So as you drop down in the time frames to the 4, zoom back out. Let's see what we have. Take these out. We'll come back. We'll go to the 4. We'll run our fib off of this high. So got taken out there. There we go. So on the 4, right, that sharp move to the upside took out our previous high. Okay, so it took out our A. So these fibs are finished. We'll run a fib from the low to the high. Bang. So this is where we sit. Sitting at a 236 retracement off the fresh AB boundary. Okay, so the question is going to be, do we continue lower, right? Do we get a pullback and then a continuation lower, right? And get us back into the sweet spot, or does price turn over and press higher? Okay, we'll see how the market responds to the second round of intervention from the Bank of England. But this is where we sit on the 4. Okay, this is where we sit on the 4 at a 236 retracement. We love to see this thing come lower, right? Wouldn't say maybe retest this low here, but at least get back down into our sweet spot here. Give us another opportunity to buy this thing back to the upside. Okay, so that's the 4-hour look. Let's drop to the 1 and see what we have there. See if we have any confirmation. There we go. On the 1, we'll run the fib off the low. Similar story to the 4. Okay, so nice retracement so far. Okay, still not deep in our zone. So let's see. Let's run a sub fib off the high. We got a 38.2 retracement. Matching D extension is here. Could potentially see another push to the matching D extension, right? So on this one, I'm sitting and watching, right? I'm sitting and watching to see what happens, see if we get back down deeper in the zone, okay? See if we get back down deeper in the zone. Yeah. So on this one, I'm just sitting and waiting to see if we get a deeper retracement. Okay. Questions on the pound Swiss? Okay. Cool deal. So that's the pound Swiss. Take a look at the Euro Swiss. Daily time frame, right? Still sitting low in the zone. Strong push up. Previous level of daily resistance, created a new level of daily resistance, and we got to pull back. Okay. So now I want to see if this thing turns over and presses back to the upside. and continues to get long, right? Get us back to this 382 at $1. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. The euro picking up some strength. So we'll see. All right, we get here to the 4. Excuse me. So here on the 4, what we had a shallow retracement 118, 127 zone. You seen you got a question? Oh, all right. Shallow retracement 118 and 127 zone is at level of daily resistance, and we got this breakdown here. Okay, so the question is going to be, do we get a deeper retracement before we turn over and press back to the upside? Okay. Where we're sitting at right now, this B boundary is also a level of previous resistance. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see if we get a deeper push here. Okay. So in this one, if you're not short, I'd wait and allow price to move, right? It's already in motion here. To see if we get a deeper retracement, at least back to this 50% level, before looking long. Okay. It could turn over and press to the upside, which would love to see. And if you're long on this, you want to wait on a low price anyway. Okay. But it's already on the move, looking for it potentially to come a little lower before we get price to turn over and press back to the upside. Okay. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, if it doesn't, if it turns over and just starts pressing back to the upside, right? You break your previous highs here, then you could be on the move back at least to the daily level. And if it breaks that, then we'll be headed to that D extension. Okay. Excuse me. Now here on the 1, you do have a deep retracement. Okay. You do have a deep retracement here. All right. So if this does turn over, right, you'll get a strong break above the cloud and you'll get this thing to continue riding up. Okay. So if you trade off the 4, you want some additional confirmation. If you're trading off the 1, right, if we get the confirmation of this turnover, we'll see it press to the upside. But if we break back below, right, and break this low here, we could take out the A on the 1 and continue heading lower, right? So we could see a deeper move like this to take out that A. Then we'll have a fib running from the top to the bottom, right? You see that D extension here. We got a 382 retracement on the sub fib, right? Matching D extensions here at 96,365. Okay, so could be in for one more push to the downside to get here, and then we could be looking at price to turn over and press back to the upside. Okay. You guys follow me on how I got there?
Yeah.
Any questions on this Euro Swiss? Cool deal. So that's the Euro Swiss. We'll look for that. Aussie NZD. Seems fun. So check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. So we've been talking about this one from multiple perspectives, right? I don't know why I don't have this level in here, but weekly resistance level here. We pushed up into it, right? Top of this range, okay? Pushed up into the top of the range, couldn't break out, turn over, and we're pressing down, right? Next level 109, right? But we're pressing down, previous level of resistance here, okay? We got consolidation also. So, excuse me, we're headed down here from a weekly time frame perspective. You get here to the daily, right? And you see it. Shallow retracement, 118 to 127 zone. Short, right? Now we're sitting at this previous level of daily resistance, right? And we have some daily support here, okay? So we want to see, do we break below this level and press lower to get us down to that 382 at 108, okay? That's what we're looking for, right? Are we able to get the break of that to continue lower? Okay, so how would you play this? We broke a previous level of support here, right? Sitting at this daily level. When we get down to lower time frames, we'll see if we could get a pullback to get a high price to then get short. But the other way is if we get a break of this daily level, right? Strong bearish break, look for a retest, and then we can play it short from there if you're not already in this short. Okay, if you're not already in this short. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in this one. Just hanging out, waiting to see if it does get to the 38 too.
I love it. I love it. What time frame you trading it off of?
I think it was a 1 hour,
Off the
but
one?
I looked
Okay.
at it from the, yeah, I think it was the 1 hour. I can't remember.
Cool deal. Let's see where we're at. On the 4. So here on the 4, right? You got your push up, right? That was that new level. This is that weekly level that we weren't able to close above. Broke down, retest, continue lower. Okay, so now we're headed down. This daily level is right at that A boundary of the 4 hours. So we could be in for a break of that A. Okay, when that happens, we'll flip the fib and we'll run it from the top to the bottom. All right, we see some confirmation here. The sub fib, current sub fib anyhow, right? We got a 618 retracement, matching the extension is here at 111. Okay, so that gives us some confirmation that we at some point, right, we could be in for the break of this level, continuation lower, at least to get to 111, but likely headed down to that 108 level, somewhere down in this range at 382 off the daily time frame. Okay, that 382 level is here. That there, change it to green. Okay, we'll drop this down. That's that daily 382 level. Okay, we got a ways to go. Got a ways to go. All right, but we're on the move nonetheless. Okay, could see some bouncing back and forth. So that's the 4 hour look. All right, confirmation of at least breaking that level and headed down to 111. Get down to the 1, and this is what we have. All right, some more confirmation. Right, press down. We got just shy of a 50% retracement, and we turned over and broke down. Okay, had a little shallow crown action here. All right, and we're headed lower. Okay, so all signs on this one is south. Okay, we hit a D extension on the 1 hour time frame. So once we get a swing low to form, if that's going to be our low, that'll be our new 1 hour fib, right? So we could see a pullback, right? Potentially 236, through 38% or 50%, right? So we could see a pullback before we get that break. Okay, so just watch this one closer to see, right? If we get this pullback, that'll give you an entry if you're not in this, to get short. If, right, it just turns over and breaks below, right, then look for a retest and then a continuation to the downside. Okay, but short, all signs say short, right? So that's what I'm looking at to the downside here on this Aussie New Zealand, is to the downside at some point and getting to that 382, which is another 372 pips away. All right. Okay. Questions here on the Aussie New Zealand? Nope. All right. Cool deal. Euro New Zealand. This one is interesting, man. Couple reasons. Here on the weekly time frame, we're sitting at a 618 retracement level, right? Strong break above this previous monthly high, right? Came back to retest it. Now we're trying to break back below. So what I'm looking to see on this one is if we're able to get a strong break below and potentially a retest, right? That's what I'd be looking for there from a weekly time frame perspective. So we get down to the daily and it's creating this little wedge, right? So we could be in for more consolidation and more bouncing back and forth here. What I'd really love to see is at some point price to hit this D extension on the daily time frame, right? And then give us a push down, right? Just to get that out of the way. And create a new swing high for us. Okay. This is a level of resistance now. Right here. So we'll see. This one is just sideways right now. So it'll be interesting to see how this moves with the euro picking up the strength as it has. We could not see a retracement, right? We could not see a retracement. So we'll have to watch this closely to see. But right now I say that for me, there's no trade, right? Now as we move down through the time frames, on the 4, you already got a 50% retracement, right? This is that daily D extension. Your 4-hour D extension is at 179. Okay. So right now there's no trade for me in this because of the sideways movement. Like I said, I want to see at least that daily extension get hit and then see what happens from there. As you get down to the 1, right? This is that sideways push. Okay. Cloud moving through price, lagging span is on top, right? So I'm sitting out of this one and I'm waiting to get something clear. Okay. Yeah, that's my perspective on this one, is just sideways.
Thank you. I'm in this one, but
Well, what's your bias on? You looking short?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But it has been choppy and back and forth. So
You've been sitting in this one for a while?
No, I got in it Sunday night.
Sunday night. So off this high point here.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I follow you. I mean, I see the short bias on it for sure. Especially since you don't have a 382 off the daily time frame. I just don't like all of this.
Yeah. And then I was thinking how the New Zealand pairs are probably like turning around now. So that's why I was like, maybe this will go down since the New Zealand pairs may be looking like they're starting.
Yeah. I got you. We'll see, right? If we get a nice bearish close below this monthly level, right, that could give us some indication. For sure. I dig it. Great job, right? Followed your rules, took the trade. Manage your risk. I love it. All right. Hold on one second. Where did this come from? Look at one thing. My goodness. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's where it's at. All right. Cool deal. Any questions on that Euro New Zealand? No? Right. Get New Zealand dollar, and then we'll look at these couple more of these pound pairs. That one's turning around. New Zealand dollar. So let's do this. Daily time frame. Take these small waves off. We'll take the cloud off. This is what we're looking at. Daily time frame, right? We got a 382 retracement already, pressing down, right? The extension down here at this monthly support, 54,678, which coincidentally is an all-time low, right? All-time low. Dollar's still strong. Dollar's still pushing to the upside, right? So on this one, we're likely going to just push down to this D extension. Okay. Then we'll see if we get a reaction from there. All right. Then we'll see if we get a reaction from there. So let's go to the 4. Okay. Let's see. Run these off the high. I think these get taken out. Oh, there we go. Okay. So here on the 4, right? You're in your 118 and 127 zone off the shallow retracement, right? That all-time low is still in that 80-20 scenario. Okay. Still in that 80-20 scenario. So let's watch it and see. We're getting a push right now, right? The dollar could pull back. The other option here, right, if this does pull back, is we could get a pullback first, right, which would be meaning there's a pullback on the dollar as well, right, before we get this push down. Okay. I don't know that we'll get this full break first. That's a lot to break through here, right? A lot to break through. I don't know that we get that first. We could get a temporary pullback and then a push down. But ultimately, I'm looking for this D extension on the daily to get hit in line with this all-time low before we get a reaction. So it could be later on in the week that we get that movement. So watch this closely. If it meets your rules, though, by all means, pull the trigger. Okay. As we drop down to the 1. So drop down to the 1. Okay. Run the fib off the high. Okay. So here, our A got taken out here, right? So we got another fib running to the bottom, like so. Okay. So we're getting this turnover now on the 1 off the shallow retracement, right? That push up here is that push on the 4-hour time frame, right? That retracement, that short-term retracement we talked about, right? So we could see this push up and then give us a push back down. So this is already on the move to the upside here. Already broke your trend line. Let's see if it's broken the cloud. Let's see. It's coming into the cloud right now. Pretty thick cloud to break through, so it may not. But, right, we'll see how the market responds at the 618 retracement level here on the 1-hour time frame, right? Could potentially push a little deeper, but we'll watch and see this zone and see if we get a break back down, right? We could not even get that deep. We'll see. But again, my bias is still, I want this daily D extension and this all-time low hit first before I look long. So any retracement here, I think, is short term. It could have been an opportunity to get short, right? So just looking for a high price here to then play it back to the downside, right? If it gets back to that 618 level and then pushes down, that's 200 pips to the downside, getting you back to that all-time low. Okay, so that might be a good opportunity if we get this nice deep retracement here. Okay. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm actually going to keep my eyes on this one. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this one for that. Questions here on the New Zealand dollar?
Good morning, Coach. It's the same thing I was thinking.
Same thing. Cool deal. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. So that level down there, I got it as a monthly at 54.
Yep.
67 a monthly, and then that's like the 4-hour D extension. So hopefully
You got a
it'll get
4-hour D extension on it?
Yeah. Hopefully that'll get some type of reaction. I'm waiting on that one.
Yeah. That's a monthly level. I have that too. And I got that daily D extension there too. So that's confluence there for sure.
Yeah, and it hasn't been to that level in a long time. I went back in time, so I'm looking at it.
Yeah, all the way back here.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a 2020 low.
yeah, I'm waiting on that.
Me too. I love it. Love it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens once we get there.
All right, Coach. Thanks.
You're welcome. Hold on one second, everybody. All right, we'll take a look at one more before we wrap this thing up. I can get the kids to school. What's the other one? All right, let's see. Pound dollar. Pound dollar, right? We got a nice retracement, 50% off the daily time frame, right? That's your fib that hasn't popped in yet, right? And we started that press to the downside. Okay. Drop to the 4. This is what you had. Nice AB boundary here, back in line with that monthly support level that we broke through. And now we're breaking down. Sitting at a 50% retracement right now, right? We could see it pull back and then a continuation short, right? So if that dollar's pulling back, right, you'll see that pull back there, and then we'll look for that continuation short, right? I see this moving deeper, at least down to the 618 level, but we could get back down to, at some point, I think this pound dollar gets to parity, right? So this is the level that I'm watching and I got my eyes on over the long term. So I don't see this pressing back up and getting back to these higher levels. I'm looking for lower highs and lower lows to continue here, okay? So on your 1, right? Similar story to the 4, broke back below your cloud. You're getting a pullback now. This is your sub fib down, okay? B boundary 118 to 127 zone. So you could be in for a retracement to get back to this 50% level at least, okay? Back to this 50% level, 120 pips or so. And then looking for this thing to continue to the downside. I don't see a deeper retracement than that. I don't see price coming all the way back up here unless something drastic happens with the dollar. This pound intervention could give us a little push, but I think that push is temporary also. Okay. So if you're trading these sub fibs here, right, this is an opportunity for you. Potentially you can drop down to the 15, right, and look at trading this back to the upside, at least to this 112 zone here. Okay, you guys follow me on that? Any questions on the pound dollar? Nope. Cool deal. Any questions on anything that we covered this morning? Brandon, sorry, didn't get to the rest of those pound pairs, but we'll get to them later on today. No questions? All right, good people. Be patient. Be patient. Allow the market to come to you. Don't press. Don't press. Don't press. If it's not there, it's not there, right? You don't have to search. You don't have to try to make something out of nothing. If it's not in your zone, just leave it alone, right? If you have any doubt, stay out, right? Leave it be and allow the market to come to you. You don't have to press into it. You don't have to make something out of nothing, right? Be patient and allow the market to come to you. All right. You guys have an awesome Tuesday. We'll see you tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my partner, Mr. Benny Allen. You guys have an awesome day. Talk to you soon. Peace.